Okay, hello. We're looking for a 9 for Robbo here. Nah, GG Robbo. Sorry, was just sweating it all in on me buddy there. Right, day 9. And you see the results here. I've got my tracker fixed. Yesterday we made 170, but our tracker wasn't tracking it. Also, this plus 500 is our total profit loss for the year on 200 Zoom, but from the start of the video series, we were already down 400. So plus that 400, we'll have to start getting some fancy edits going on the screen to show the profit loss, and we'll just use this hand to note just for tracking the exact amount for each session. Anyway, here we're plus 95, plus 495, sorry, and we'll see what that is after the session so we know how it went nice and accurately. That's the main purpose of this tracker, I believe. Let's go get those results off screen. It's sad that our buddy Lucas had to bust here. This is day 2 of the Zodiac Millions. We're in the money. There's 22k up top. It's a big one. I wanted to feature a bit of Lucas. He's a streamer himself, grinding tournaments the whole time. Anyway, I'm gonna get straight into it. Just to plug Lucas real quick. It's Lucas Robinson. I don't know his exact handle. He's a deadly upcoming streamer. It's sad that we can't feature him in this video a little bit, but nonetheless, this is a deadly little tournament, so I'm going to keep it on the side. And let's get straight into the Zoom, make some money. So, I hope that intro wasn't too long. Just spent about 2 minutes talking about non-cash game stuff. Oh, we got Welsh Gaz in the pool. Okay, so just so you know which table is which. Table 3, we just opened the 8s. Table 1, we got Jack 8 off. And table 2, we got Ace 4 off. Looking to just keep working on that profit. Looking to keep playing some good poker in what's considered to be a pretty tough player pool. 200 Zoom. And yeah, it is Sunday evening. We're about to get into a monster tourney session, but I want to keep uploading these videos nice and consistently. I have fun doing them. I also I gotta turn those alerts off. Bear with me. There we go. Peace and quiet for ye. Queen 9 suited, we'll randomize it. We'll do a bit of call and a bit of 3-betting. This time our buddy's getting 3-bet. He's not actually our buddy, but Queen 6. Just gonna fold that. It's a bit dusty versus a 3x. Trees open it up 10-8. Get in the mix also. Blind versus blind. So it's going good so far, our little Zoom series. One of the main reasons I wanted to make this video series is so I have a reason to focus on cash a little bit more. Because I am a tourney player, but I love cash. I think cash is very difficult, very complex, but really pure format of the game, and I just love it. And it's obviously very valuable to be good at cash games and to understand how they work, and to be good at deep stack cash games, as you're gonna come across a lot of good cash games in the world, you know. So you might be on holidays, you might see a big cash game with a load of businessmen. There's a lot of profitable cash games around the world. It's good to always keep keep your mind somewhat focused on cash, whatever format you're playing. King 9 suit will just defend. Ace 9 off. We won't be 3-betting, just calling. Flopping a nice top pair. Opening up the jacks. Gonna bluff the King 9 for a very big size, as it's a double flush draw board. We just have endless draws. Gonna start raising our 8. Or our 9. God, maybe I need some coffee. Flopping a boat with the jacks here. Gonna defend the queen 7. Normally I wouldn't, but this is actually a huge stack, of course, and he's opening cutoff because the real cutoff is sitting out. So this, it's not like it's a hijack range, it's more like a cutoff range. Was just going to start betting a little over half pot with the jacks, try to get value from some under pairs and ace highs. Queen 7 will now fold. And check raise river. I think he's going to fold his pocket 8s, his pocket 9s, his pocket 7s. He's obviously going to bet himself. His flushes he's going to bet himself. So we'll go for the check raise here. I think a nice big size is reasonable here. He just had a snap fold, so that's good. That means our check was probably made us some money. If he just snap fold river, maybe he turned something into a bluff like a small pair. But yeah, I'm always playing cash on the side. I'm always doing little cash sessions, whether it's online or down in the casino. And I feel like the less I focus on it, the kind of worse my results get. It's kind of like anything in life. But now as I'm making these videos, and it's making me focus on cash again. I'm talking out my thought process. I'm articulating all my plays, so that also benefits me as well as I'm brushing up on some strategy elements. Gonna 3-bet the 9s. Don't want to call, don't want to fold. Simple as. Don't want to call. It's just a little bit weak to call. Let the big blind in. I don't think we realize our equity so well when we just call out the small blind. Big blind cold calling is weird. It's not a thing a professional would do normally. For similar reasons like I just talked about, it's going to be really hard for big blind to like properly realize his equity. He's letting the guy behind call or raise again. So this guy's range, I think you could kind of guess yourselves, like ace queen suited, maybe some very sticky ace jack king queen suited, pocket 10s, pocket jacks we're going to see a lot of. Obviously jack's less likely now. Easiest fold of my life versus the overbet. And pocket 4s we defend at the flop some backdoor stuff and third pair. We could continue with a call or a raise. I think both are a little bit too loose. How many left in this tournament? 150 players. Hopefully can get a deep run going in that. Queen 10 and ace 8 in the muck, and let's focus on these queens on table 2 as we open up the button. We'll be 4-betting small blind. Wow, another cold caller from the big blind. Well, now that it doesn't really complicate things, things are still pretty straightforward. It complicates what size we should go now, because I knew what size I was going before the big blind cold call. Now I think we do something like this and try and rep some bluffs. Maybe this guy sticks in 10s or jacks now. Maybe he just calls those hands. Maybe he just folds. Maybe he's trapping aces. I've seen that happen before. Okay, he just folds. He probably had like a king queen suited pocket 9s hand that he was getting a bit stubborn with. The pool looks pretty decent. It's Sunday after all. Recreationals are coming out to play, as they should. What better to do on a Sunday? Welsh Gaz opening up the low jack. Wow, so now we have a spot that is down to some maths. 26 bigs. We'll do it in dollars. $52 to win $90. $52 to win $90. It's looking around like a break-even call, I think. Maybe slightly losing. We're going to have about 30-ish% equity quite often. Yeah, I think the range is just too tight. If it was like a normal table, we could like suspect some stuff as weak as king queen suited. But the fact that it's zoom and he can just fold and get a new hand every 2 seconds, I think his range is just a little bit too tight. If we had to call $50 into a pot of 100, we would have needed 33% equity. Is that right? So yeah, we probably needed about 38-40% equity there. So yeah, I think that was a clear fold. My brain isn't functioning too well right now, as the maths is a little slow. Okay. Ace 3 doesn't look like much is going on here. We got T-Bone Munson in the house. Good reg, he's just on all the sites. Do we check raise our ace deuce and just like get him to fold all the time? I don't really want that, right? The king queen is a little bit too I wanted to check. We'll check call the... Oh, sorry, the ace deuce isn't even on screen. We're having a rough one today. We're having a rough one today. It's all good. It's all good. We're doing it live. Okay. Tens. Lovely spot to open up. We see a guy calling the small blind, probably a fish. Go nice and small, get value from his king highs and under pairs, but he's not interested in our discount. Okay, let's see what's going down here. Just a few folds. (10-6), (10-4), very easy decisions. Queen 10 is open in the cutoff. If hijack V-pips will fold. And we fold it anyway because we hit our hotkey twice. Don't want to fold aces though. Right, let me get, yeah, water. This is the world's best medicine. Okay, aces, no action, pretty tragic. I was just getting ready to play a 5-bet pot. 6-3 suited in the small blind, do we raise? I think so. It's a suited connector, just about. I mean, like, it's 1 pip different than 7-3 suited, which is a terrible hand, but 6-3 suited a decent bit stronger than 7-3 suited, I'd imagine. But maybe that's an overstatement to say a good bit stronger. 9-6 suited will open a button. Don't get that option. I'm going to try and get a lot of hands in here, play super quick. 8-9 suited will open it up. We got a fish in a big blind as a bonus. Ace 3 off. Ace 4 off. Doesn't look like we'll be doing much unless everybody folds, which in that case will be opening. Ace 9. Ace 9 we could even go for the sneaky jam as he's only got 38 bigs. But we probably got a decent post flop edge against him, so we'll do the lower variance play. Check call our second pair now on table 1. Pretty awful turn. Just check fold the ace 4. That's not our board. The ace 9 now. His queen x. His queen 8s, queen 7s, ace queens. Maybe some 10-8s, 10-7 suited. Ace 10s will barrel the turn, but for a half pot size as well. I think I'm just going to fold. The hands that we're ahead of are going to have a good chunk of equity. Or they're just going to bluff us on the river anyway. So I think fold and turn there is best, even though it was a friendly half pot size he opted for. The trees won't be going anywhere just yet. can potentially bluff the trees on the river if he checks back turn on table 3. Versus this small size, I'm just going to go ahead and start bluffing anyway. Fair play to him if he's just inducing us, which is totally possible, but when we check call the flop and the 7 of spades rolls on the turn and we check raise, what does it really look like? I don't really know what's going on here. I think I'm going to call the king queen. Time bank. Nope. At least that was on camera. That happens a lot. Like I click the time bank, but it just doesn't really register quick enough. The king queen was a marginal spot anyway. Calling was a semi-tempting option as the big blind was weak, but then multi-way with like a weak offsuit hand, like not a weak offsuit hand, but just an offsuit hand. I think we're going to get into trouble there. We're going to fold the 10s here, by the way. We could cold 4-bet, but then this Sven dude could get in the mix and jam, and jacks I kind of want to fold, but I won't just yet. I probably should, man. It's some guy who's flat at the button and now he's betting big on ace king deuce. Okay, we do turn a gut shot, but just going to let him have it. Could have folded flop there. 10-7 we'll call. What was I about to I was about to comment on something there. I forget what it was. Oh, the king queen spot, maybe. Yeah, I feel like the king queen could get us into trouble there. Squeezing could get us into trouble. Just calling button could get us into trouble. Not sure. Not sure. Now we fold our gutter ball as he's betting quite large and hearts appear, which means we could have less outs if he's got hearts. Gonna check to this guy again on the button. Go for the check call this time. Check call the turn as well. Yep. And 3-bet the queens table 1 and hopefully get another bet out of this guy on table 3. We do. Hopefully we see a king queen type deal or not a better jack like king jack. Sorry for slow rolling them, but I just wanted to give a little bit of predictions before I called. He did have king jack. But half pot is, I'm kind of fine with that. He could have sized up on any / every street and got a lot more, as his hand was very, very strong versus a check caller, you know. Bluffing it off in a table off screen. Not that you care about that, it doesn't get through. Okay, we will not re-enter for sake of my zoom tables. Ace jack, swing and a miss, just gonna check obviously if given the opportunity. This tournament's going pretty slow, eh? The Zodiac Millions Day 2. Maybe everyone's just thinking of that 22,000. Okay, ace queen suited on table 2. See a little min raise from our guy. Not gonna fly with me, mate. We'll call a jam if he wants to pile it in there. Okay. And that's why we called a jam. Let's get a hold in. And let's see those dollars. Hold it. Oof, nasty one. Sadly, those dollars go the wrong direction. They go into that man's pocket. Happens. It happens. We got it in the head. That's our job. 8-7 suited, we will 3-bet even if small blind calls. If small blind 3-bets, we'll just fold, get out of the way. Looks like that's what he might do. Yep, 3-betting the 8-7 suited now. Flopping a gutter ball. Kick it off at 1/3. We could size up a little bit. I think we'll kick it off with half pot actually. Just try and increase fold equity. Oof! There's a turn. There's a turn. Just don't want him to fold now, of course. I think 40% is the play here. He did call half pot on the flop. That is okay. Good luck. hopefully we don't chop somehow. Wow, he just ripped it with the blockers with his open ender. We'll take it, we'll take it, we'll take it. All he needed to do was just call in position and realize his equity perfectly. But anyway, trips. And this looks pretty strong, check raising versus the big size, but he's gone big. He's trying to tell me he's like, wants to go with his hand. Or he's got a draw or something. We want to just charge. All in the Sadie, or not the fucking Sadie, the tournament. Hold on GG. We don't want to see a 7. We don't want to see a queen. 10 is fucking good. Wow, we get 3-bet here. We're going to call. I think this dude on table 2 is just completely overplaying his kings. Just like freaking out, piling in all his money with kings. He's going to jam the turn. He's going to have 5%. Oh, he checks back. He's got queens. Maybe he's got queens. And now we lose to flush draws as well. Going to play a 3-bet pot against Welsh Gaz. Wow, this fucking run out of queen then diamond. He's I really don't see him to have many bluffs in his range, which is why I don't want to check. If I think he's got some bluffs, I can check, let him jam in an airball. But he bet nearly pot on the flop, then re-raised versus a raise. Why does he check back the queen? This is such a weird hand. It's kind of screaming queen's full. Why would he check kings on the turn? Why would he check aces on the turn? Maybe he's got jacks or 10s that he wanted to like. Yeah, he could be overplaying jacks and 10s. I think we're going to block. I think we're going to bet 1/3, try and get $40 of value versus his jacks or whatever weird shit. It's a really hard hand to figure out. So we're going to do this and then decide what to do versus a jam. Probably fold, to be honest. Like, very hard to put someone in a hand when they play it so weird. I'm just doing my best here. It's queens full or it's jacks or it's some like complete spaz. I feel like we're going to see a jam here. It could also be diamonds that he wanted to like get in on the flop, but then didn't want to jam the turn. Okay, time bank is good. Looks like we're ahead. So after we see him tank fold, now I think it's 10s or jacks. He bets big because he doesn't see any overcards. Gets re-raised. He just wants to pile money in because again, no overcards. He's like completely overplaying his hand. I did think it was more like kings, queens, a little bit stronger, but I guess it makes sense when he slows down on the queen and then folds the river that it could have been jacks or 10s. So feeling kind of comfortable with that read now. And just I tried to play that hand best I could, and I think I did. Well, actually no. Thinking about something now. When he raises the flop, we should probably just jam. We should probably just jam and assume he's got an overpair like we do. It's just usually my instinct when somebody does some crazy flop 3-bet, big flop 3-bet on a paired board, your instinct is just to call. Because they could have like the nuts or they could have be completely losing their mind. So you usually want to call. But I think we're going to fold the ace-3, I think, and the ace-jack. But against this profile, when we had a pretty strong read that he just was overplaying an overpair, we probably should have just jammed flop to get the max against his 10s or jacks there. So interesting hand. I've spoken more than enough about it. Sven's going to get jammed on table 3 here. This is the play. This is the play. I know we're risking 12 big blinds, but we win 1.5 when he folds. The half a big blind we had to put in. We get that black back plus his big blind. So the risk reward there is on point with the Jack-7 suited, and when versus his calling range, we have a good chunk of equity anyway, like 40%, 35, 40%. Don't know though. Maybe it's just maybe it's just a limp. Who knows? I don't know. Short stack in cash is weird. I'm a very solid short stack player. Gonna go big on the with the ace-10, but when it comes to short stack and cash and the way to rake and no antes affect things gets a little confusing. Just gonna drill it on the river here. Just under $50. Try and get that call from a 10. Maybe he's got an ace-5, ace-deuce himself actually. Gonna take a free one with the Jack-9. Gonna end this video soon. Oh, make some coffee, try get my brain working. This is definitely like the day I've been most disoriented. King 7 off, when we're super deep I don't even want to play. But I guess we'll 3x. Because I don't really like limping from the small blind in cash. I'm going to start betting half pot here, try and rep some medium pairs to get him off some high cards on table 3. Check the king jack. If you're trying to work on your game as a cash player, or even as a tournament player, nice to get it through with the jack 9 on table 3. There's going to be a lot of spots where you're going to open mid position and somebody's going to call behind and you have to play an out of position pot against them. A really good simplification of your strategy is just to do a lot of checking when somebody calls in position against you. Just check the flops. As how could I explain it? It just, for me, it's just an easier way for the hand to play out. I think when we start betting out of position, it's very easy for in position to float and continue. So I think checking there and seeing what in position does himself and playing your hand as a check call or a check raise is a lot better than just betting out of position into a guy who has position on you. Probably didn't explain that too well, but just start doing a lot of checking out of position in these heads up pots. Trust me. Welsh Gaz is trapping us with an ace here, I think, with an ace 10 suited, so nice hand, Gaz. Oh, he just has 8, so I wasn't going to bluff regardless. Okay, we got pocket 9s in the tournament. Got pocket 9s in the tournament. Hopefully small blind just wakes up with a smaller pair and rips it. He'll rip deuces here, small blind. He'll rip a lot of stuff. Wow, 3.5 is fucking scary, but I'm still gonna jam. Ace 9 suited. Yeah, just gonna, I don't want to 4-bet. I don't want to fold. It's ace 9 suited, cut off first button. Well, good luck with the 9s in the tournament. And we're 3-betting the ace queen, table 3. Flopping trips with our ace 9 suited. Oh, he calls. This isn't good. Okay, it's a flip. It's a fucking huge flip. We're going to need a 9 on the river, obviously. Check call our ace 9 on table 2. Turning a boat. Nah, it can't be the 9 of diamonds. We're still alive in the tournament, though. 5 bigs. This is interesting now. I mean, can we really check raise this turn with the ace 9 on table 2? I don't think so. Okay, hopefully he... well, we lose to ace queen now. That's probably my biggest worry. Hopefully he just follows through with like ace king off with the king of clubs. Maybe even the jack of clubs, ace jack with the jack of clubs. Sadly he checks it back. Like check raising the turn there seems so weird for us to do. He just had 8-7 suited. He turned an open ender. He was totally dead. Queen 4 suited is actually a really nice spot to get first in. Really nice. A very profitable jam for this stack depth. Gonna start value betting the 10-9 now versus check back. Okay, Queen 4 suited. Good luck. Let's get back to 10 bigs in the tourney. Yeah, we're ahead. He's live as F though. How about 5 of diamonds turn? 5 will do. 25%. 1/4 of the time here we're going to double back to 10 bigs and be on our way to 22 grand. GG in the Zodiac Millions Day 2. Cash for 1.6k yen. It's yen, by the way. So like 250 bucks or something. Sorry, sitting out table 3. That's the end of the tournaments now. We'll focus for the last, what is it? Only a couple of minutes. Sit out next big blind everywhere. We'll check the results. But as we still have a few remaining hands, let's try and play them accordingly. Queen Jack's just going to be a fold on the button in cash versus an open. Even versus cutoff. We've Queen Jack off in the button. Cutoff opens. We're supposed to just fold Queen Jack there. Cash plays quite tight. You know, there are some spots, I've saw some ranges where Early position opens in cash. And we're in late position with Jack 10 suited and we don't even 3-bet, we don't even play it, we just fold. Okay, well, we couldn't end on a spicy hand, but I think it was a pretty decent session. Even though my brain wasn't barely functioning throughout, I feel like I kind of played alright. And get the artificial drum roll sound going as we refresh the results. So was on 500 at the start of the day. 708. It's let's say a $205 profit. You know, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. 9 days down, up over a K from this video series when I add all the numbers together. It's nice to get a bit of momentum going into my Sunday session. I'm about to play tournaments for like the next 10 hours plus. So yeah, it's nice to get a video out, make $200 profit on my Zoom endeavors. I'm happy. I hope you like the content. As I said, today was a bit of a slow day for me mentally. But yeah, it happens to all of us, happens to the best of us. Get in the comments, I beg you, get in the comments whatever you have to say, even if it's just commenting on a hand. That would actually be my favorite thing for you to comment on is questions about the hands and spots. But yeah, other than that, subscribe and come back tomorrow for another episode. See you later.